Hey guys, welcome back. Stop, Talk, and Roll. We're breaking down some rounds. We're live on YouTube right now, live streaming, doing a bunch of rounds at the same time, having some fun, engaging with the chat. I'll give some further notice next time. I think this might be how I do it in the future because this is way more enjoyable. It's nice talking to people, getting some people responding, getting some questions, getting some clarification of the people that are in the rounds. It's good stuff. All right, so today we have Jeffrey Morris, the head coach, head owner at Greenwich Jiu Jitsu. Jeff, against one of our youngsters, Melanie, who forgot her belt because her family was moving, and I think it was hidden. It was in a box or something, and she couldn't find it. Something, I don't know. She made some excuse. Looking to get into this split guard that Jeff likes. Some good tension, some good push-pull. Be very careful with that arm there. You have an arm bar right there. I would dip your shoulder down and bend it and concede. Yeah, Melanie, I would. Sometimes you got to just concede those things. I don't know. I don't know what's happening on the other side of the body if it's stopping you, but like it's a wrist lock. Well, in general, I mean, it might help relieve the wrist lock as well. But right here, where is it? Right here, right. So like, dip your shoulder down and accept the omoplata, and but obviously watch the wrist lock there. What are you gonna do? Sorry about the bottom here. They're like right on the bottom of the camera here. All right. Melanie has been, she just started training with the adults, and it's funny. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it's funny because she has a lot of questions about what to do against people when they're like laying down. Because the kids, they all just start standing, it's no problem. But it's like, how do you just go about passing somebody in, they're already down, you know? Excuse me. So Melanie, here you want to posture up. So walk your knees underneath. Oh, that's a good idea too. Just be annoying on his ankle. But that could be difficult. My late stage triangle defense that I like to do, guys, is this is like, okay, either I'm gonna tap or I can try this escape and it might work, it might not work, but it's better than nothing. I'll throw my like abs, my core into Jeff, like my hips into Jeff, and swing my legs up. So I'm sitting on my butt now, and I'll throw my legs over the top of Jeff's chest. Okay. And what I'm looking to do there is basically put a ton of pressure on the ankle, right, and on the legs, and start to try to occupy more space in the triangle. The more space I can occupy, the harder it is for him to keep it closed, and the harder it is for him to finish it. So I look to work back in that manner. I actually, funny enough, learned it when I was watching Anderson Silva fight Chael Sonnen, and I saw Chael do it. It didn't work, but I was like, oh, there's something to that. So I picked it up. That was back in like 2009, 2010. That was hype. I was watching that with a bunch of Brazilians who, I mean, at the time, like, nobody really knew that Chael was like playing the heel. And so, he was saying all that like crazy stuff about like Vanderlei and Anderson, and the Brazilians hated him. So he was just absolutely wrecking Anderson for 5 rounds. And at the very end, he throws that triangle, and it was absolutely wild. But cool escape. I've used it again. It's late stage, right? So Melanie again going in. Melanie, you know what you can do, because you've been asking, and it's easier when I'm actually watching you roll like this. If you get a grip here, make a grip on his pants. And I think I was just showing Will. I think I forget where he is. I was rolling with him in this round. But oh, hold on. I've got an email request. Hold on. My email, stop, talk, and roll, jj@gmail.com. Okay. So what you can do is holding the collar like you have, pulling that, grab a pant leg and lift the leg. So what happens is the only thing that's on the ground is like, maybe it's like one other leg, but like it's just his butt. And what happens is they turn into like a top, right? So you can just spin him in whatever direction you want him to go. You don't have to move. You just spin him and you end up passing their guard in that manner. It's really effective, and it's silly how it works so well. So you can kind of see it right here. You see how he kind of just falls over? He has no base. Like, he has to fall there. He has no choice. He's not doing that to like play guard. He's doing that to like stop you from passing. I would take your right arm. I think it's on the inside, but driving it through the middle there and using that to pry his legs through. Yeah, you're doing it. Okay, good. If you're having, jeez, you guys are so flexible, kids. I was going to say, if you're having a hard time knee slicing, there's always, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, my knee would be broken. One of the things you can do is shift your angle from your knee being in front of his knee to your knee going over his knee on this side. It's called a shin slice. Works just as well. And you can use that to get around as well. Just as, as an option. Driving through. Huh. I don't even know how that happened. Knee bar, knee bar, knee bar, knee bar. I know you can't do it yet, but whatever. Drive up. I throw your bottom right leg out, to sprawl, and then pop up. I would grab a collar right here. Yeah, and I would do a cross collar and just rip him to the floor. You guys gotta start using collar drags more often. I know I don't typically talk about them because I'm teaching no-gi, but they're good. Nice. So a slightly easier way to play butterfly guard there, Melanie, and I know it's hard because you get, you're you're still, you're younger and shorter. But I was just talking to somebody last night. You got to be careful how you play butterfly guard or play these guards. You notice right now your back, like, so if you think of, here, I'll draw like, okay, so you have, this is their, somebody's hips, somebody's butts, the multiple butts. And their legs are out here. Okay. I generally want to be, and so we're fighting somebody that's like over here, right? Here's our opponent. I generally want my upper body to be like this, right? I want to be forward because when this person goes to push into me, right, they're hitting a wall, and generally nothing should be happening. I mean, maybe I get bumped back a little bit, but like it's not compromising my position. What you're doing right here is, right, I want an acute angle, if you will. What you're doing here is you're making an obtuse angle, right? And so when you press on this, right, when you push somebody with an obtuse angle, it's just their core, right? So maybe you're jacked and you can take it, but like generally we want to do good jiu-jitsu and not have that as a component. And when you're an obtuse angle, right, when your upper body is behind your legs like that, you're going to fall over a lot more easily. And that's essentially what's happening to you here, is you're falling back, having to catch yourself, come back up, having to catch yourself, come back up. Just what you could do is scoot your butt back, and then it's easier to reach up. And if you miss it, you're not falling backwards. You're not even falling. You're just still right there. And you're ready to like receive any kind of forward pressure that Jeff might apply. Geometry. Some people don't like geometry. I think geometry is awesome. Watch that leg. You'll get that thing broken. Just letting it dangle like that. I would take both your feet and get him off from on his hanging on his hip, Melanie, because again, you got to be careful of ankle locks, especially with like the way jiu-jitsu is right now. Just put them in right in the hip. Nice knee slice. I'd belly down and turn. Ooh, never mind. A little difficult. Passes that off. You could unravel a wet Willy. Nice. You could. So like one thing that you can do, easier said than done. But again, that belly down thing. Actually, no, you can't, because you can't unravel it that way. That sucks. Never mind. I had a suggestion, but that's just not fun. Try to get this elbow back in front of his face, create a good frame. Nice. Right over to mount. I would reinforce. Yeah, I would try to reinforce that arm. That's not going to do anything for you. When you're in the bottom of mount, the main thing, all the escapes, kind of what you're essentially trying to do is regain elbow knee connection. Where is the camera? You're trying to regain some kind of elbow knee connection. So looking to hip escape there, or hip escape, or bump and roll. I mean, these are going to be your main goals. Grabbing up high on his collar, like that's not going to do anything for you. And I know it could be like overwhelming on the bottom of the mount, but really you want to keep everything in tight, protect your neck, especially in the gi, protect your neck, protect your arms, and look to get to a side without letting your arm drift past your center line, because that would let you get, or that would put you in danger of getting your back taken. I was just going to say cross collar is preferred. So good. So cool thing. Jeff's got great base. Obviously, he's a black belt. But what you can do is you're hanging. I mean, you're hanging all of your weight. What I would do is work on this movement of getting from a guard, and it's called wrestling up, and I'm sure you'd be very good at it. Getting from a guard to throwing your legs behind you and immediately going forward with that grip. So you're pull. You flip your legs around, and you're going to come up, tap a knee, and just drive forward. At the very least, maybe at the best case scenario, you take him over. But at the very least, you'll get Jeff to react probably in a pretty big way. And you can use that as he goes backwards, right? Or pushes forward, whatever it is, to then sit back and collar drag again. So you can combine these push-pull elements, right? That push-pull principle to really get the person off base. Right, like you get somebody that's good at jiu-jitsu, or you get a big guy, they're not just going to move when you just push or pull. You have to get them to respond, much like Spencer did earlier in that competition footage when he was able to enter into outside ashi. I know this is like drifting here. I got to get better about that. Nice job. Ooh, beautiful pass. Oh, and that was time. That was nice. How'd you do that? So drive through. You knock him over here. Oh, and just right over there. Oh, nice. Nice. All right, very cool. Well, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm still streaming, but for YouTube, like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.